Hey guys, Ultimate Deadpool here. If by some chance the camera's a little wobbly, I misplaced my phone stand that I usually use for action figure reviews. So we have three characters in front of us, one of which has appeared in a video already. The other two will show up sooner or later. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I'm going to be announcing a new channel. So starting actually now. Um, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is supposed to be Megatron from the Universal Studios theme park ride. It's basically modeled after the Dark of the Moon Megatron, which was always my favorite look for Megatron in the Michael Bay films, as far as designs go. Um, so he does have his I guess plasma shotgun or something. I don't remember exactly what they called this in the movie. This chain thing is removable. It aids in his transformation. I'm not going to transform this particular figure because it is a nightmare and a half to try to figure out. And mine is actually defective. This one particular one is defective. There is a piece. Shit, where is it? There's a piece on here that it needs that it's actually missing. If I find it, I think it's up in the leg joints or somewhere. But this particular figure is actually missing a piece, so I can't really transform it correctly without it. It's not a big deal. I mean, I usually, when I do stuff like this, it's usually in robot mode or something. Very rarely would Megatron ever, need to be in vehicle mode. But, it's not a big deal. But there is a piece missing on here. And now that I think about it, almost every single Transformer I've gotten has had a defective piece one way or the other, which is odd. But, anyway, overall build or overall look looks really good. The head's nice and posable. At least if you're going to have him look upward, he can look off to side. The finger posability is not bad. We used to have the 2007's Ice Megatron, which that one, it's okay. I mean, he can't stand up quite right off the time because his feet fold in as part of his jet mode. But overall, it wasn't bad. But this is definitely an improvement to that particular figure because the joints are all nice and posable. The transformation, while it is a nightmare for me to do, it's really not that hard. For me, it is because it's a much different version of Megatron than what I'm used to. So I can transform this. It's just with that missing piece, it doesn't stay together correctly. But overall, I give this figure maybe a 7 out of 10. The reason for that is because there is the piece missing. If that piece was there, it would probably be a 9 out of 10. But overall, this Megatron will appear in quite a few videos, so expect that in the future. Okay, sticking with the Michael Bay Transformers, we have obviously Optimus Prime. Now, I have had a version of this, mold of Optimus Prime before, except it was the all G1 colors, so the top half was red, the bottom half was blue. And he had silver feet, blue hands, and a really odd colored head. But this is the exact same mold as what I had as a kid. Except this one is the actual flamed Optimus Prime. The one that we have now that was from my childhood is actually missing pieces. This one, these parts are missing. His head is missing. And this was not my doing. This was my brother's doing. Because when I was about 10 or so, I gave all the Transformers to my brother. These pieces are missing. Those pieces are missing. So it's in sad shape. But this one is in much better shape. This was practically brand new when I ordered it. So without further ado, I'm going to transform it and show you guys what it looks like in vehicle mode. And voila, vehicle mode. So One thing I've noticed that I actually didn't notice on the one that I have had as a kid for many, many years, is there is a driver in the cab of the truck, and when you open the door, for some reason, did I actually do it? The driver disappears. So that's kind of funny. I don't know why they did that or why they added it, but it's kind of a cool little, I guess you could say, feature. And as far as Michael Bay's Transformers are concerned, I don't care what people say about them. Personally, I actually like Michael Bay's take of Transformers. Even though they are different designs, it's the story and the action that I like, but that's about it. Overall, really good build. The transformation is fairly easy. It's nothing major. The only thing that kind of sucks about it is these parts up here are obviously his legs. And if you don't click in his feet just right in the back, these door panels come off quite easily. But they're fairly easy to pop back into place. And I think that's how if that ever happened, I think that's how Hasbro had them intended. Just in case if they did fall off, it was fairly easy to do. One cool play mode that you could do with these things, or with this particular thing, is you can have it as like a battle mode, or vehicular battle mode, by having the smokestacks transform into guns. So, which is something that I don't believe they actually advertised for this figure back in 2007 when they released it. So that's kind of funny that I may be the only person to try that, but overall, yeah, and the smokestacks are able to be removed to be used as handheld weapons. So, just like Megatron, expect this version of Optimus Prime to appear in my Transformers show coming out this summer. I'm not sure when it's going to be coming out, but it's going to be just probably titled Transformers. And it's going to be an actual show. It's not. If it's not an actual show, it'll just be like a death battle style show. But so yeah, definitely expect this version of Optimus to show up, because I do love this version of Optimus. I used to, like I said, I had one of these things as a kid, except the actual from here to here was red, and then the actual back part of it was blue. So it represented G1's color schemes a little bit more than what this does. But either way, flames, no flames, still Optimus Prime. So without further ado, let's get into our last figure. Next up, we have my favorite Transformer ever, Hot Rod. So Hot Rod is actually fairly easy to build or transform or whatever. For some reason, they did give me a defective one, like I said earlier. There's a piece on his exhaust pipes that are missing, but you really can't tell when you've transformed it. Like I'm fixing to do in a minute. Like I said earlier, his transformation is fairly easy. So before I do transform this thing, I'm going to show you some features that this thing has. So if you lift the top part of his head up, he's got a visor that goes over his eyes, just like it did in the movie. That's pretty much it. He does come with the Matrix of Leadership and a couple of Energon blasts for his exhaust pipes to show that they're his blasters. And it's a little hard to do this one-handed, but there you go. That's good enough. His hands have different features, so you can have it be the fist, or a welder, or solder iron, or whatever you want to call that. So, lighting's getting a little screwed up there. So that way you can have him repair fellow Autobots. So that's a nice little feature. His left arm does the same thing, except on this arm you can have it do his his saw that he uses in the movie. The saw is part of his box. It's still in the box right now, but just know that that is the peg that you attach his saw to. So another really cool feature. And this is not a Masterpiece hot rod, because I've seen the Masterpiece one, and it actually has fewer features than what this does, which is weird. But so I'm going to go ahead and transform this thing, and you guys will get to see it in his vehicle mode. Alright, so Hot Rod is in his vehicle mode, so fairly few robotic parts are showing underneath. I don't remember what actual Transformers fans call that underneath. I can't remember exactly what the term is. But Hot Rod is, they never exactly tell you what kind of car he is. I'm guessing it's supposed to be like some kind of Lamborghini thing. I mean, to be fair, back in 1986 when they made the movie, they didn't exactly know what the future of sports cars were going to be. And that's essentially what Hot Rod is. He's just a futuristic looking sports car. So fairly basic design. His wings are obviously his spoilers, so this is all part of his backpack piece. If you look closely, you can see his head in the windshield. But one thing that most Transformers shows and movies and, you know, cartoons and whatever, they can never get right is Hot Rod's color. Because in the original movie, he was like a dark pink-ish red color, which is essentially what this is. It looks red on camera, but it's like a darkish, you know, maroon pink or like magenta pinkish color. But then when he's transformed into Rodimus Prime, then he's, you know, like a Hot Rod red color for season 3. But the movie that he originally appears in, he is a darker pink color, which is essentially what this color is. So that's props go to whoever came up with that idea. Most of the figures and stuff that I see of Hot Rod, they're all red, or too light of a red. But Hot Rod in the original cartoon movie was like a dark, or like a very, you know, light reddish pink. So, and this thing knocks or pulls it off beautifully. So, and you got to respect the creators at Hasbro to do that. But again, this is not a Masterpiece Optimus or Hot Rod, but it transforms almost like a Masterpiece Hot Rod. I mean, when I first transformed this, I didn't use any instructions whatsoever. You can ask any one of my family members, especially my brother, and they will all say the same thing. I just went flip, 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 and then boom, it just, you know, was in vehicle mode. But I mean, it does have like a Masterpiece feel, because it's all nice and streamlined. It's not, you know, big, bulky, you know, over dramatic pieces, you know, to transform it. It's just a very simple build, or very simple transformation. So expect Hot Rod to appear in a ton of videos, especially in the Transformers Death Battle shows that are coming out. And that's basically it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And stay tuned for tomorrow's video. It is going to announce a brand new channel. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys all next time on Ultimate Deadpool. Peace out. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.